Hey, your boy Jujubear here. So we're going to be playing Game 3, Round 1 of the Farkwod Olympics. So this was a pretty successful campaign so far for me. So I won the first 2 matches, so I'm going through to round round 2. But I really wanted to play Game 3 of Round 1. So me and Sigurd agreed to have a match. Awesome dude, really nice guy. Not salty at all. So he agreed to play Game 3, which is hectic. So we're going to be playing a Civil War as Massilia. This doesn't count to any results or anything like that. We didn't need to play it. I just kind of felt like doing it. So not long ago, I played a game with Granitor where I brought a very similar build to this. And we're going to see how it performs now. So I'm going to, knowing that Sigurd kind of struggles with micro across a really big area, I'm going to split my forces up into 2. And I'm going to go really wide with this one. So I'm just going to go super wide and just kind of draw his attention way away from the center. So I do have on both sides, it's exactly the same. Gallic Hunters in the center, 2 Celtic Slings at the front, 2 Massilian Hoplites, 2 Axe Warriors, 1 Levy Freeman, Massilian Cav, and a Hibaeus Lancer. Same thing here, just organized into 2 little wings, super wide, super sexy, super delicious sandwiches. What has he got here? So he's got Levy Freeman out the flanks there. Thorax Swordsman at the back as well. Hibaeus Lancers, he's got 3 and 1 Massilian Cavalry. So pretty good cavalry contingent there. It looks like it's going to be 4 Massilian Hoplites and Celtic Warriors in the center, 4 of them. He's also got 2 Celtic Slingers in the center as well. So I'm going to overload, pretty much overload both flanks and get my Axe Warriors into his Levy Freeman, hopefully. And then I'll counter his Thorax Swords with my own Massilian Hoplites, hopefully. I'm also going to try and kill off his Cav with my own Cav. It's pretty straightforward. I don't know. I don't really know how much I can talk about what I'm aiming to do. But yeah, I love playing as this, like, in this kind of formation. It is super wide, and a lot of the times I was kind of like, you know, pulling the collar because I was like, shit, I don't know how I'm going to be able to keep this going. All of my skirmishes are off skirmish mode, and they're off free for all. Sorry, what do you call the one? Free fire, where they just fire at anything. I can't remember the actual ability, but yeah, they're off that, so they're going to be able to conserve their own ammo for the late game. And I'm going to hopefully just split up his forces and pick them apart. Countered his Levy Freeman successfully with my own Axe Warriors, which is great. I'm going to start pilling around the flank here and pulling my skirmishers back. Got the Massilian Hoplites up the back. He's not going to get the best charge into combat here through his own Levy Freeman. That's okay, that works for me. I'm going to keep pulling back my Massilian Cav, draw his attention a little bit further out so I can shoot him in the back. And he's going to charge into my Levy Freeman in the center, and I'm going to try and like plug this gap with my Massilian Hoplite here. So I do get a Massilian Hoplite into his Thorax Swordsman over here. That'll go pretty well, I think. Over on this flank, I did the same thing. Axe Warriors into his Levy Freeman, which is great. And Massilian Hoplites countering his Thorax Swords. So all the engagements that I wanted are happening at this point. I haven't even started firing with a lot of my units, so I've only just clicked attack orders on this one. Massilian Hoplite up the back. Start getting a couple of kills. I do get a pretty nice charge in here on these Massilian Cav. He does get a last second counter charge, but I'm going to start supporting fire with these Celtic Slingers, so that will probably go in my favor there. He did a really nice little feint here with his Hibaeus Lancers, and I got caught up on his Massilian Hoplite. So good job from my opponent. I'm trying to get as many shots in this Massilian Hoplite as I can, because if he wraps around this flank and goes into my back, that's the end of that Axe Warrior really, and there's not a whole lot that I can do about it. But I am starting to win these engagements in the center, and he's only just starting to split up his army properly. So here, I've got the Axe Warrior into his Massilian Hoplite, which is great. I'm shooting into... what am I shooting? I think I was just shooting into this blob of units, because it's pretty juicy. But I noticed that was a thing that Sigurd just did during his battles against me. He just kind of like, you know, clicked attack orders really close to my own units and then just sat them there. So that I could get like a really easy like counter charge. I don't know if he like meant to do that or if he was just like forgetting to click attack orders at some point. But I found it worked out really well for me a lot of the time. So over here, he's going to charge with these Celtic Warriors. They are so quick, man. They're heavy melee, and they're heaps quick. They kept on catching my Massilian calves, so I'm going to get my Levy Freeman over here. Just try and intercept if I can. Just hold them up, get my skirmishes in there. Get a nice rear charge with these Hippeus Lancers on the back of this Thorax Swordsman. Going to hope to kind of chew through this unit fairly quickly, because it is tying up 2 of my own, which is not good. Over here, I am holding down these Hippeus Lancers with my own. I am going to win that eventually, but I want to try and get it over and done with a little bit quicker, so I'm just firing into there. I do have the cavalry left on the field. I've got Hippeus, Massilian over here. I've also got a Massilian and a Hippeus over here. So he's actually getting pretty desperate. So he's going to try and pull through my own Hippeus Lancers and get to my Celtic Slingers. He actually does get to my Slingers, which sucks. So I'm going to have to get my Axe Warriors and charge into these Levy Freemen, finish them off. So he's starting to get his Massilian Hoppertays in here. I'm going to have to start pulling back with my Gallic Hunters and Celtic Slingers. I get a nice timed rear charge in here on these Thorax Hoppertays. He is starting to overload this flank with other units as well, bringing a Hippeus Lancer in. He's hoping to thread the gap, but I managed to catch him with the Axe Warriors. So not too good from my opponent there. It's not going to work out too well for him. My Massilian Cav is just going to hopefully hold down these 2 units, and my archers and slingers can get back and just start firing into this blob. I don't really care if this Massilian Cav dies, as long as I bring it down, bring down these 2 units with it, I'll be happy. My Hippeus Lancer is on cleanup duty, just finishing off a couple of different units. And over here, this is what I'm talking about. Hippeus Lancer, hold it down with the shit units that are like, half strength or whatever, and then just fire in with my Celtic Slingers, with impunity, of course. So, Massilian Cav is now free, so I can just go around and wrecking different units and getting rear charges, that kind of thing. Lots of options opening up for me now. I got a couple of units coming back into the fight. Over here, his Celtic Warriors didn't manage to kill off my Massilian Cav, which is great. So, a lot of my slingers and archers can now just do this kind of thing and fire into him. Again, my opponent's micro is a little bit slow. He's got a unit over here that he could get into the fight. And over here, his Hippeus Lancer is now engaged with my Massilian Hoppertay General. So I'm going to counter with my own Hippeus Lancer. It just seemed like the timing was great. It was excellent. So I seemed to get the right kind of engagements the whole time. So I'm going to split up my units to make sure he can't charge into all of them at the same time and get some good shots. Again, over here, I'm going to get my Levy Freeman, position them fairly close to this combat so that they can fire their precursors into the back of that Massilian Hoppertay. I'm finishing off this flank over here. He does have a Massilian Hoppertay. It's going to take ages to kill off, but I do have a couple of units, firing in on this guy. This poor Massilian Hoppertay, it doesn't know where to go. It's actually going to catch my Hippeus Lancer, which sucks. I managed to finish off the Celtic Slinger here, but he's got another one here that's being guarded by a Thorax Swordsman, so I'm going to kind of think twice about getting in there. How they doing? They're not throwing yet. So over here, I managed to catch his Hippeus Lancer. He pulls through again. Pretty desperate to get to my Gallic Hunters. But that just means he's going to get killed off that much quicker, because I've got kind of different units around the place that can fire in, which is good. And my Gen's actually doing pretty well. He's got 82 men left, and he's got 134 kills, so he's doing quite well for himself. I popped Battle Rhythm on, and I'm pretty confident he'll be able to hold out for long enough for my my archers and cav to support him there. Getting a couple of kills with these Levy Freemen. They're out of ammo, so I'm going to charge him into the back there. And this Massilian Hoppertay is finally starting to get destroyed by my archers and slingers and that kind of thing. This style of play is kind of annoying because there's really literally nothing he can do with this unit. Like, if he runs away, I'm just going to shoot him in the back, and it'll kind of accelerate the death of this one Massilian Hoppertay. So over here, managed to finish off his Massilian Hoppertay with that rear charge, and my own is pretty healthy at this point. This Massilian Hoppertay is still in combat with the Celtic Warrior, down to 56 men though, and they're starting to get shredded. I'm just gonna let this Massilian Hoppertay have it, just firing on this guy like no one's business. So I'm gonna stop firing for a second so I can get a nice little charge in here, just knock a bunch of them down and pull out, cycle out. My gen is actually starting to rout due to the just the continued slaughter from these Celtic Warriors. And it kind of wrapped around my own unit, but this is okay because it just enables my own archers to get really good shots in here. And we managed to finish off that guy and keep our general alive, which is cool. So slingers and archers, Gallic hunters, I was expecting to have more time at the end of that match to kind of kite back and forth. So they didn't really actually end up getting that many kills. They probably could have got more if they had more time. Hippeus Lancer's doing really well, and the Massilian Cav also doing very well. Axe Warrior is just smashing through lots of different units. These guys are hectic. This is also what makes Massilia like excellent. I freaking love playing as Massilia. I would probably go so far as to say that I probably main with these guys. Like they would probably be my favorite faction to play as. Just because they're so fucking sturdy, like in every department they've got, well, except for skirmishes, but I don't really skirmish that much, unless I'm just, you know, using crappy slingers. That way, you know, if you lose those slingers, you don't have a big old cry about it. It's not the end of the world because they're so cheap, except for these Gallic Warriors or Gallic Hunters wanting to try them out. Lots of kills with their Hippeus Lancers though. Not bad at all. 211 kills, 125, pretty intense stuff. In the center, his Massilian Hoplites got some pretty nice engagements. His Celtic Slingers didn't get used to the best of their ability. And the Levy Freeman, while they did blunt the charge of my Axe Warriors, they were kind of taken out of the game so quickly that they didn't have a good effect on the fight. I'm pretty sure I added these XP ranks, so it's not like they all got double XP chevrons there. I think. Can't remember. Anyway, thank you so much, Sigurd, for the game. Jujubear's on to round 2. So I won game 1, 2, and 3. And I hope that you guys kind of enjoyed just watching those battles. All 3 of them had like really different strategies and kind of formations that we both used. And some pretty interesting units on the battlefield as well. So yeah, thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Jujubear signing out. Peace.